Hey y'all, it's Stephen Van Kampen-Lewis, and I'm going to make a pretty quick video today, and I want to talk about the two things that make a flower, an orchid, really awardable. It does boil down to these two things. The first one is genetics, and what you need is something really outstanding, something amazing, typically something better than what's already out there, and that usually boils down to genetics. And you can sort of get that part of the equation by purchasing from line breeding vendors who use amazing stock. And so whatever the species or hybrids that you're interested in, finding those really high quality breeders, sort of the best, making more and more of the best plants, that will really increase your chances of getting that genetic component. The other side of the equation for awardable flowers is good culture. And, you know, good culture sort of allows those blooms to be present at their finest, right? So if you have a plant that is of awardable genetics, um, but you don't have the culture down, you're not going to maximize, the number of flowers, the shape of the flowers, the color, all of that. All that needs to come together in order to get that AOS or whatever award. So I have this Cattleya nobilior that I brought from Brazil late last year, and I've seen it blooming at its best, and here's a photo. In fact, that's what caused me to buy it. So I've seen this. I know that this plant has that genetics, that award quality genetics, and that's why I purchased it. But it was imported, 6, 7-ish months ago, and so it hasn't acclimated fully to the northern hemisphere. And so we can say, you know, holding these two things equal, we have a plant that is genetically superior, at least in terms of how it appears and its award, its potential award quality. And then we have the culture is not good, right? It's only been here a while. It hasn't been established. It's a struggling plant at this point. So you can see, and here's what the blooms look like. Last week I cut them off already because I want the plant to save its energy. But you can see that these blooms, this looks like it's coming from a totally different plant, right? And so it's interesting to be able to compare that and say, hey, this plant is of award quality, but the culture isn't good. And so you can see the difference in the flowers. And of course, the take home message is grow your plants well. That is a major, major part of the equation when getting awards. So if you want these really awardable plants, buy from well-known breeders who are doing amazing genetic. They're taking these parents that are often very awardable themselves or are awarded, and then crossing them to other awardable or awarded plants, and that really boosts your potential for getting that really good genetic potential. The next thing is grow them well, right? Uh, Good light, good water, and good airflow, appropriate temperatures, and fertilizer. So fertilizer, of course, is like, it is the lowest of those. It is the least important. And I really want to emphasize that whatever type of fertilizer you use probably isn't that important. In fact, I'm not even going to mention what I use here because it's not important. Culture is about basically everything else. Like I said, the water, the air, the temperature, the amount of water you're getting. And then you can think about fertilizer as being an important component to culture. Anyway, that's all I want to talk about today. A real quick one. And I hope you're having a great weekend. I'll talk to you soon.